Welcome to Oryx Radio's My Health Journey podcast. You will now be listening to our health promotion program where we focus on health-related topics. So sit back, relax, and listen to what we have to share.
My name is Muchi and I'm 18 years old and I'm also a young reporter at Oryx Radio. Today I will serve as the narrator for this child abuse and gang violence podcast. Child abuse is rampant in our communities. In light of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence and the Red Cross Child Abuse Awareness Campaign, we want to focus on the severity of child abuse and gang violence in Cape Town and the country. Quoting the World Health Organization, Western Cape Department of Health notes that child abuse can happen anywhere and child abusers come from all walks of life. They can be anyone, from parents, close family members, teachers, coaches, and family friends. It can be anyone who has access to a child and is in a position to mistreat him. In today's podcast, we have Twanga's story. Twanga is one of the children who had a traumatic experience. When she was 3 years old, she was shot in a gang-related violent incident in her community. To help her tell her story is her mom, Tobeka, Mrs. Carla Brown, the head of social work department at the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital, and UCT's psychology professor, Kathy Ward. Her research focuses on violence prevention, child maltreatment, and youth violence.
Igama lami ndinguCwenga Malamba, ndihlala eGugulethu, ndina 11 years old, ndifunda eMseki Primary School, ndenza iballet ezama dance school.
Igama lami ndingithobeka Malamba, ndihlala eGugulethu, ndingumama kaCwenga, ndina 38 years old. Grade 12 ka February 2012 on Saturday afternoon. Seva kusidutyulwa kusitshizithwa ngesitratweni. Then into esayivayo ke ngoku ndeva sekusithiwa umntanam wonzakele usiwe eday. Apparently into eyenzekayo ngela xesha onzakala ngayo wayihamba nomakazi wam. Isitrato sisemva kwesasekhaya kwakunomsebenzi umcimbi. So kuthiwa kwamisa imoto iCorolla. Then this khaya yizokhangela umntana walendlu inomcimbi. Yayizi-gangsters ezazisilwa ngalonyaka ka-2012 around eGugulethu, between Gugulethu neNyanga East. So aba bafana babezodubula aba bantwana. Kwenzeka into yoba umakazi wam noCwenga bagqithe ngeli xesha kuqala lomdubulo or babonanayo aba bafana. So wabe uyachanwa ke ngoku ngelo xesha begoduka bevela okhapha ichomi kamakazi wam. So wonzakala wathathwa imoto yayiphambi kwabo yababalekise le day lapho uthi xa ibona umntana bawonzakele. Wayena 3 years ngoko. Then kwabe kusithiwa uyahamba ye-Red Cross. Safika asakwazi umbona ngela xesha sifika ngalo. In few hours time wavela ke ngoku umntana kwabe kusithiwa uya-admithwa. Ndabizwa ndadityaniswa ne-social worker. Yathetha i-social worker nogqirha bachaza uba kwenzeka ntoni umntana wonzakele emehlweni. But luckily enough umntana yonke into yakhe isavekile, akho damages ezenzekileyo ngaphandle kwemehlo. So wabesithi ugqirha bayanyanzeleka midnight bamngenise theatre balikhupha imehlo to avoid damages ezininzi kuye. Okay, ndavuma kwenziwa ke ngoku yonke loo nto wa-admit umntana. Lakhutshwa imehlo early hours of Sunday morning. Ndadityaniswa ne-social worker ke ngoku yesibini. Ngokhala, okay, Khala explained kumi changes ezabakhona because of into eyenzekileyo emntaneni and yayishock kakhulu but bandibanisa nomnye ugqirha oseBellville. After 2 months la gqirha wathi no, banayo into abazayenza for ukumfakela ezabangathi ebantwini it's original. Sayihamba loo nto yaseBellville bamfakela imehlo after 4 months. Sahambe Red Cross, sasiseBellville sise-Red Cross, i-artificial eye yakhe i-right kakhulu ke.
Apha e-Red Cross ndiza xa imehlo lam ndilive ba libuhlungu okanye xa ndine-rush apha emehlweni. So ndize ndizothatha i-eye drop zam ne-ointment zam ndifake apha emehlweni. Apha esibhedlele ugqirha xa etshekisha imehlo lam xa ndine-rush uye alikhuphe ajonge uba kwenzeka ntoni and then andifake i-treatment yam, then aphinde alifake and then asinike i-treatment then sikuthukile mama. I-treatment le ndiyifumana apha esibhedlele ngamanye amaxesha ndiyazifaka, ngamanye amaxesha ndifake umamam. Xa ndizofaka i-treatment emehlweni ndiye ndilikhuphe ndilibeke kinto yayo yofaka imehlo, then ndithathe i-eye drop kanye i-ointment ndiyifake apha emehlweni, then ndiyilinde kancinci mhlawumbi noba yiloo 5 minutes, ndiphinde ke ndivule imehlo lam ndiphinde ndiyifake imehlo. Into endingakwazi uzenza kuba ndineli mehlo yinto yokuba ndibukele i-TV ekuseni kube sebusuku kakhulu, kube imehlo liba buhlungu eli libonayo. Andikwazi uya ndijonge ilanga, ndiphume elangeni funa ndinxibe izipeks zam. Ndiyakwazi uqubha, ndiyakwazi ukwenza yonke enye into. Amanzi xa ndiqubha awangeni. Ngoku ndineli mehlo eklasini funeka ndihlale phambi kwebhodi kwenzela ndizokwazi ukubona. Xa ndifunda funeka ndinxibe izipeks kuba uba ndizinxibanga imehlo liyathanda undiphazamisa.
Good day, my name is Carla Brown. I am the Manager of Social Work Services at Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital. In Red Cross Children's Hospital, while we don't see the high numbers that are seen in the adult facilities, like at Groote Schuur, we do see a lot of children who come in and who are admitted with gunshot injuries. So for the last 7 to 8 years, we've seen at least between 30 to 40 gunshot injured patients at our hospital per annum. For 2018, we saw 38 children for the year that was injured. And I think the comment I'd like to make in respect of that is that unfortunately, there's a lot of children who are being shot, and those that are not seriously wounded are being attended to at the secondary and primary healthcare facilities. So for Red Cross Children's Hospital, we are seeing children who sustain very severe injuries. Like in Wenga's case, where she lost her eye as a result of the gun violence, we also see children who are paralyzed as a result of injuries that they sustain. So the most serious gun violence related injuries is seen at Red Cross Children's Hospital. Every year we see in excess of 650 child abuse cases. This ranges from children that are being neglected, physical abuse, children that are being sexually abused, children that are being intentionally bent, children that are not being restrained within their vehicles and sustaining serious injuries as a result of that. I definitely think that over the last 5 years, we've seen an increase in our number of child abuse cases. We've also seen an increase in the severity of injuries that children have endured. We see an increase in the severity of injuries that have led to deaths in children as a result of child abuse.
I'm Kathy Ward. I'm a professor of psychology at UCT, and when you're a professor, you have a particular area of study, and my area of study is violence against children and violence that's committed by children. If we look at what's happening in society today, we have a very big population who struggle to find jobs. And that's an important part of violence because people get frustrated and it spills out in all the kinds of service protests we see, but it also can spill out at home. And it spills out in people who are really frustrated, who can't provide for their families, and who sometimes take that stress out on the women and children and sometimes the men in the families as well. We shouldn't forget that men are very often victims of violence too. One of the problems that we have in the world, things like gang violence. And a lot of the roots of gang violence are to do with what happens in the home. Children don't feel loved and accepted. They get beaten by their parents, and so they join a gang. And one of the big reasons they join a gang is because they're looking for a place where they can be accepted and be people. So again, it starts with parents creating a kind of environment where children don't want to do that. It also goes on to schools that are good academically, that children can trust to get them through matric, where they have non-violent discipline in the school, and keep the children in school. So that's part of the work of teachers in preventing joining gangs and that kind of thing. But we also need our businesses to give people jobs, because often in many poor communities, it looks like, although I think this is not true, it looks like the only way to get money is to join a gang and to do the things that gangs do. And so what we need is environments where most people are employed. And so that's a big task that the government and big businesses really need to get involved in, is creating those jobs that give people a sense of worth and the ability to put bread on the table. And as we see the economy grow, then I think we're going to see a reduction in violence across the board. One of the other big things is that we need to reduce use of drugs and alcohol. And lots of times when people get involved in violence, it's because one or both of them is drunk or high.
That's the end of part 1. We still have more to go. So get up, stretch a bit, and go fetch your cup of warm coffee. And when you're back, you can press play.
Kuba ndadutyulwa emehlweni akho nto indenza uba bengathi andingumntana, ndiziva normal njengabanye abantwana. Ndilide eklasini, ndenza nee-salt buddies esikolweni. Mama wayondibhalisa ebhaleni no-cousin brother wam. U-cousin brother wam wayeka kuba wayebelwa izinto ebhaleni, wabelwa izihlangu zakhe ezintsha. And then ke ngo-2016 umisi wam ebhaleni, Mr. Andrew, wandicela uba mandiphefome, ndiza apha eRed Cross ndizophefoma iSnowman napha ibhaleyi. Netshomi yam uSimilise Bhele wayephefoma eThemba Lethu. Xa ndiphefoma ibhaleyi ndiziva ndi-confident, ndonwabile. Epha ibhaleyi sifundiswa ii-rules zakhona, bafuna sibehave, asithuki, asibethi abanye abantwana, sine-respect, siyafundiswa yonke into. Into endithanda uyenza phaa ibhaleyi kukwenza uSnowman. uSnowman, it's like ukwi-snow apha eSouth Africa, and then uyagodola, uhamba uyonika iSnowman isikhafu. Xa ugodola ke uphinde usithathe isikhafu sakho. And then xa ndisenza ikhapaleya, ndithanda into yokuba senza zonke izinto ekudala sizifundiswa since 2015 ngokube ndifika phaa eZama. So ke ngoku i-outfit esiyinxibayo xa sisenza ikhapeliya zi-two skirt eziblue, ezinye ezabanye zi-orange. Then senze ezinye izinto engathi zingama-flower, sifake ama-flower entloko eziblue okanye ezi-orange. And then aba banxiba into ezi-orange bafake into ezi-orange entloko. So ke kusiba zii-flowers xa senza ikhapeliya. Xa ndifeyisa ii-challenges esikolweni abanye abantwana bayandigezela. Like umzekelo, ngoMarch bendigezelwe ngomnye umntana esikolweni. Omiss khabathethe. Ndalwa ke mna ke nalo mntana. Omnye ke benqanda. Wakwela phezu kwengalo yam yophuka. So saza apha eRed Cross. Athiwa ndizokwenziwa operation. Bamane bendigezela abantwana beyikhontyuwisha kondigezela. Mama waye esikolweni wabachaza uba xa bephinda bendigezela wathi ukhala abana xa bephinda bandigezela nje ndimxelele ke baphinde bandigezela.
Leya into yengalo yona ndiyazivisa kabuhlungu, because ibiqala ukwenzeka okokuba basesikoleni and now uku-grade 5, so yandothusa. But ke ngoku because of imisi ndathi xa ndisiya esikolweni ndiyosabela uba kwenzeke ntoni, umntana uphuka njani ingalo esikolweni. Omisi bathi because of udepartment akavumi abantwana babethwe, and udepartment akavumi abantwana badethenwe. Yabaninzi man, and I couldn't understand because umntana monzakele. So ndathula at that moment. But I think after a month or two wabuya uCwenga say ephinde complain ngabantwana. Then ndaqonda iyangicaphukisa lento. So I went esikolweni ndosabela kutishara, batishara kwenzeke ntoni, umntana uphuka njani ngalesi esikolweni. So utishara told me that mama umntana uphukile, and he felt ukuthi abantwana bajealous of uCwenga because uCwenga uhyper, uyathetha, uyaphendula, wenza yonke into eklasini. And then utishara explained to me uba unfortunately ke mama asikwazi ubabetha, and ke ngoku abazali babantwana bazele sabaxelela uba umntana wabo uphule omnye umntana ingalo. Then yabangu nam nawe khange like omnye blame omnye because they were a group of abantwana, wayengekho yi-one lo mntana wenze lento. So kwaphuma izitori ezininzi, and then I think abantwana bophula ucwenga ingalo babe bayi 4 or 5 ngabaseklasini yakhe. 11-10 years i-age yabo. So utishara explained to me ukuba kwenzeka ntoni eklasini, how is Cwenga's behavior. Ucwenga undwebile, ucwenga is a leader eklasini, she does a register katishara. Xa utishara engekho, she's in control of iclass yonke lanto. So he felt ukuthi they are jealous. Bafilisha intimidated ngucwenga ezi zinto azenzayo, so they were trying to break her confidence yakhe yilanto babeyenza. After a month yaphinda yenzeka, omnye umntana teased ucwenga kaphinda ngento yakhe yemehlo, and then threatened her ngefight kaphinda. So ucwenga buye esikoleni wanirepotela, but there is this thing kaphinda, omnye ufuna ulwa naye. Then ndaye esikolweni, I had to ba ndiye eklasini yakhe ndiyo-addressa yonke lento, because I can't take it into uba umntana amahlalisa uphulwa ingalo ngabanye abantwana.
Xa abanye abantwana bendigezela imehlo lam esikolweni, ndiziva ndikhathazeke kakhulu. Indenza ingathi ikhona into engenayo apha kum xa bendigezela abanye abantwana esikolweni.
In our communities, there are an enormous amount of children who are subjected to bullying. And bullying arises because of violence or observation, that children are observing other people being violent towards them, and then they may become violent towards other children. So there could be numerous reasons why a bully bullies other children, but it can never be accepted as correct, and we can never remain silent about bullying. So for Cwenga, she became vulnerable because of her injury to her eye. For many other children, they could become vulnerable because of poverty. They could become vulnerable because of anything different in their appearance. They could become vulnerable because of different abilities and confidence levels to stand up for themselves. So because bullying is never justified, we cannot turn a blind eye to it. And teachers within schools have a huge responsibility to work towards an anti-bullying campaign within their own schools, within their own classrooms. If we just cite it in terms of the law, then Section 151 in the Children's Act speaks to the responsibilities that teachers, principals, and any persons working within schools have a responsibility to address and report bullying that is happening within their classrooms or within their schools. Luckily for the Department of Education, they also have the Safe Schools campaign and program where bullying can easily be reported, whether it is done on a Form 22, which is a specific form that teachers have access to, or whether it's done through a telephone call or an email from the schools to the Western Cape Education Department. The Western Cape Education Department invites teachers, encourages teachers, and makes it their responsibility to report bullying. When bullying is not addressed within a school, a parent like Cwenga's mom has the right to go and meet with the teacher and try and address bullying. I think the most important message that we want to get across to children and to parents, if your child is being bullied, don't stay quiet about it. You need to be seeking assistance. Your first stop should be the school, and if the school will not hear you, then you need to seek assistance elsewhere, like with social workers in the community, like at healthcare facility, with your nearest health professional. But you need to keep speaking, because the damage that bullying can do to children can last a lifetime.
Ndingakwazi udlala phandle, ndizive ndingakhululekanga kuba ndiyoyika abanye abantwana mhlawumbi epakini bangandigezela. Ndizawubaleka ndiyephi kuba ipaki ikude kakhulu nakunesekhaya. Umama wayethema ndingaphindi ndiyodlala epakini.
We need the town council to do some things like putting in play parks for children in areas where there aren't any, so that they're safe places for mums and children to play and people don't have to be shut up in the house all the time. One of the problems we have, violence against children that is committed by other children. And some of that, a lot of that, is because that's what they see adults doing or they see it on TV. And if there is a play park, we need the local gangs to stay away from it, please, because you need to let children have a safe moment to be children.
You just listened to the next part, but there's still more to go. So take another break, and when you're back, you can press play.
Let's hear what other kids in the hospital think about child abuse and what situations they have found themselves in. Do you know what is child abuse?
My naam is Taiwanisha. My van is toch wel se rede hoekom ek in rooi gereis is omdat ek het breinskade opgedoen in 2015. Kindermishandeling is as mense aan 'n kant slaan en die kind bly stil, dan gaan die kind siek word, dan beland die kind in 'n hospitaal, dan moet die kind asielkundig is. My juffrou het ons vertel van kindermishandeling en toe wys hy vir ons foto's hoe kinders mishandel word en hoe hulle lyk as hulle klaar mishandel word en hoe hulle optree en dan gaan hulle na kinderhuis.
Child abuse is when an older person attacks a child which is incompetent of protecting themselves. So it's like they use their bigness and their adult nature to harm this little person to an extent where there might be bruises or it could be mentally or verbally. So it's like they can't protect themselves against you, so you take advantage of that.
My name is Azra and I'm 10 years old. Child abuse is when you hit children, touching children by their private parts and raping.
Do you feel safe when you walk in the streets, going to school or at the park?
My name is Lisha Klassen and I am 14 years old. It's not very safe for me to play on the street because I stay in Easter River and I don't think it's very safe anymore there. Many people just come out of the blue and just start shooting and hurting and just like ruin the fun for you outside. And that just makes you want to just stay in the house all the time. At the park, I don't feel safe because I'm scared they're gonna steal me. Because there are a lot of boys that just want to touch girls.
Ek voel nie veilig by die plekke nie, want daar's baie mense wat kinders kan abuse by sokkerplekke, winkels en so dan sa niemand groot nie, dan kan ze nie gaan sê wie jou geabuse het.
Who protects you?
I would say the people that protects me are my parents, the people that I love within my house, that they really care about me and sometimes when I just don't listen and I hear these things happening outside, then I feel like, that could have been me. And next time I will try and just listen to my parents and just do what they're telling me because they know what's best for me.
Die mense wie my meeste beskerm is my ouers. Hulle beskerm my wanneer ek in die pad is en wanneer ek iewers heen gaan, dan hulle by my.
People who protect me is my mommy, my daddy, my sister, my uncle and my auntie.
Our communities should be safe places. The places where children can play, places where children can explore, places where children can develop relationships and be protected. And in South Africa, we have a common saying where people say it takes a village to raise a child. From my perspective, I want to say that the village has actually become a very dangerous place for children. And perhaps in years gone by, we could easily allow our children to play in our communities, to play in our proverbial villages, and to be cared for and to be looked out for. But unfortunately, with the high level of violence that we are experiencing within our communities, the village is no longer a safe place. And I would suggest that parents and community members are a lot more vigilant of where their children are playing, and to make sure that they can truly trust the people within their communities.
Emntaneni ongena mehlo okanye umntana oziva different kabanye abantwana, funeka angalahli ithemba, ahlale ethembeni, afunde esikolweni. Xa abanye abantwana bemgezela enza ingathi akabeva, aveske aqhubekeke nale nto beyenza. Xa ndimdala ndifuna uba yiloya. Ndifuna uba yiloya ngoba ndifuna ulwela amalungelo abantwana. Ndifuna ukuba kustotywe nale nto uba makubulelwe abantu abangoomama nabantwana abangamantombazana. Kuyekwe nale nto yobhulishwana ezikolweni. Okoko ndenze ibhalet, ndenaziva ndinormal, ndifana nabanye abantwana. Xa ndiyophefoma ebhalet, mhlawumbi ndiphefomele ndiyomela izama, ndiwina ii-prizes ne-trophy, and then ndizibona nebhalet ndiphesheya kolwandle.
That brings us to the end of this Child Abuse and Gang Violence podcast. This was put together by RX Radio, a radio station by and for children situated at the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital. Please visit our website www.rxradio.co.za for more amazing programs.